起きなさいよ。上杉さん、起きて。
Alright, how's it going, everybody? Today we're going to talk about my favorite running anime/manga series currently, the Quintessential Quintuplets. Now, the first season of the Quintessential Quintuplets aired in winter of 2018, and I saw it on Crunchyroll, and I was immediately hooked. It is such a funny, just nice, wholesome series, and if you don't know what it's about, it is basically about a tutor who has to tutor 5 academically hopeless quintuplet sisters. That is the most dumbed down version of the show most dumbed down explanation I can give you. I mean, I can go on and on about what the show's about, but that's the most dumbed down version I can give you. And along with the tutoring, the big mystery of the show is which one of the 5 girls does the main character marry in the end. And it is very out there as to which one it could be, because we don't know. It has been running for 93 chapters, the manga. I have the first 3 volumes in paperback. Volume number 4 I pre-ordered yesterday. It comes out about a week from the day I'm recording this. I have a poster. I'm pre-ordering the Miku figure, which is over $100. Yikes. But today, we are going to be looking at Reddit and what Reddit has for theories revolving around who the bride will be. Here we are on the Quintessential Quintuplets Reddit. It is one of my favorite subreddits that I follow. It's pretty great. It has lots of fan art, lots of memes, but most importantly, it has theory crafting. And that is this tag right here. Flare theory crafting. We have all of these different theories that people have thought up open. And I'm going to keep opening just a couple more. And we are going to see what they look like. Now, I've already looked at some of these, so we're just going to hop to those ones real quick, and I'm just going to blow through them. And before I start looking at these, I'm just going to say, I have no set idea of who it will be. I don't have my own theory. We don't know. I don't have my heart set on any of these theories. These are just all little things that people have found and why people think it could be a certain person. And I think it's really interesting to see what Reddit thinks about this. I don't have my own opinion, mainly because the author changes it so often. My opinion was originally Miku, then Nino, then maybe Itsuki, then back to Nino, and now I don't know anymore. It can change in a chapter. We'll never know. So, we're just going to sit here and see what other people think based on their own theories. So first we have one that was apparently brought up by Japanese Twitter, basically saying that the book that Futaro is reading always has a quote from Napoleon on it, and Napoleon was the 4th child in his family and died on May 5th, which is the birthday of the quintuplets. And who is the 4th Nakano quintuplet child? Yotsuba. So it's a nice quick theory for Yotsuba fans. This one is basically talking about the accessories that each quintuplet has. As you see, each gives the first child 1 earring, Nino is the 2nd child, 2 ribbons. That is so zoomed in. Miku is the 3rd child, headphones, 3 triangles, or 2 triangles, 3-sided. Yotsuba has the ribbon that makes 2 ears, and Itsuki has the stars that have 5 points on them. So more people think Yotsuba, 2 ears, Futaro's hair, makes 2 little kind of ear things. 2 plus 2 equals 4.
Quick mouse.
And it's another quick and simple Yotsuba theory that a lot of people think. And I like it. This is another theory that I've seen going around about Miku, saying that her test scores are the same chapter as the bride shows up, which I think is really clever by the author. I think it was a real clever choice, but I think it was made to throw people off. I don't think that he put this in and was like, woohoo, people who notice it will know Miku's gonna be the bride. I don't think that was it. I think it was more people who noticed the score and noticed the chapter are gonna realize it and think that they've struck gold. But I don't think they have. I really don't think people have struck gold with this. I think it's really clever. I love this theory. I appreciate it so much. Miku gets a 32 on her first test. First chapter we see the bride, chapter 32. Or, well, not the first chapter, but, you know. And then she gets a 68. Next chapter we see the bride, chapter 68. So it's a really good, like, powerful Miku, you know, in the end game theory. And I really like it because I love Miku. I love Nino. Yotsuba's real good. Itsuki's pretty okay, and then I just don't like Ichika at all. So, that's my theory on how I feel about the characters. So now, we're going to go start back from here. These are the ones that I have yet to look at. The first Reina, Yotsuba, how these factors, and the ribbon, how they factor in. What? It's a PDF? Oh boy. Futuro's first Reina, the rational... This is a 7-page PDF. This theory has already kind of been, not debunked, but confirmed, but it doesn't mean anything about the bride. This theory is basically just saying that Yotsuba was the first quintuplet that Futuro met. And that's already been confirmed in one of the other chapters. I don't remember exactly which chapter it was, but it was the My Sisters and I chapters. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be volume 10, but this has already been confirmed. She was the first quintuplet that he met. She changed her appearance first with the ribbon to separate herself from her sisters, which was based on something that Futuro said as a kid. It's good theory. I mean, it's a great theory. The theory itself is fantastic. It's a 10 out of 10 theory for me because it's been confirmed as true. So this person's theory crafting skills, very good. User / better giraffe. Nice job. Proud of you. Yotsuba is the bride. Yet another 900 IQ proof that proves nothing. Yotsuba's ribbon is the key. So a lot of people think that the key to the bride is Yotsuba's ribbon. That's what I keep seeing. So let's find out. Because a lot of these tabs say Yotsuba. And it's weird. But I think the fact that we're getting struck with so many Yotsuba theories is because she's been such a prevalent character in the last few chapters. So let's see. This part of the theory, though, and it says that her ribbon is changed to white. And why is it white? And then it's crossed out and it says, in Japan, white means death. Yotsuba is dead. Get spooked. I will give you that. That is very funny. Why would Yotsuba mature into Yoshikage Kira from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. If this theory was disappointing despite the already low expectations you had after reading the title, then I've accomplished my objective. I wouldn't say it was disappointing. I mean, I'm enjoying all of these theories. I really liked the in Japan she's dead. I like that. That's a really funny one. So I'm gonna upvote it, but you know. So this one says, a swing. Hi, Yotsuba and Raiha are closer than it looks. This was the scene from this last one, actually, where it says her wish has been fulfilled. It was this scene with the swings where they had their whole moment. And then, he told his sister that it was a really awesome spot because, I think that's more just confirming that he had a good time hanging out with Yotsuba there and, being there with her, but I don't think it confirms any, sparks flying. A little foreshadowing when Itsuki says that she's acting like the mother of the quintuplets, trying to keep them all in check, and he says maybe he'll be the father. I mean, I don't know. Once again, that's a very broad, very basic theory. A little foreshadowing for my fellow 10 Itsuki members. I like that. I like the names of the theories, or some of the silly stuff people put in the descriptions of their theories. I think that's what makes them fun. Futuro was planning to quit tutoring and end relations with the Quint, but Nino's confession made him want to stay. I think I did see this one earlier, actually. Alright, so I've just finished reading this theory by the user KJ93, and the one big thing I have to say about this theory is bravo. Regarding the theory itself, I'll get to my thoughts on the actual theory in a second, but the way that KJ93 made this theory, formatted it, added the pictures of the chapters, and the way that they explained each and everything they were thinking about in their theory this is by far, out of every theory I've ever read, so well done. And if, like, just based on theory formatting and structural, like, integrity of this theory itself and the way it's made, this is the best theory I've ever seen. So that's definitely getting an upvote. If I had any Reddit gold or silver, I would 100% throw it on this. This is the best theory I've seen. Now, the theory itself basically goes on about how, like it says here, he was planning to quit tutoring and end relationships with them, but Nino's confession made him want to stay. And it basically talks about how he was planning to quit because during the last exams arc, he decided to have the Quints teach each other in their worst subjects, and that managed to get them to pass to the next grade. So at that point, he decided that they didn't need him anymore. And then he gets the note from Nino that says, "Congratulations, your role is over." And after he gets that note, he goes after her, and he gets her from her father, and they run away on the motorcycle, which is where she confesses to him. And it also goes on about how she's always been special to him. The words that she says to him always carry some kind of weight to him, and it's so well done. It's really, really well done. And basically the main point that it hits on is that during the time that he wanted to quit and decided to stay, nothing else happened other than Nino's confession. That was the big thing that happened, as well as the kiss at the end of the Scrambled Eggs arc, which we're going to get to in just a second. So basically the last thing I'm going to hit on is that she says, "Didn't you get the message that your role is over?" And he says the annoying thing about human relationships is that you can't just proceed with one-side opinion, which I don't remember exactly how they decided this was what this meant, but what I think it means more or less is she's like, "Didn't I tell you to quit?" And he's basically saying that he doesn't want to. And that's kind of how I see it, more or less. But bravo to this theory. Now, also included in this theory is a hyperlink to their Scrambled Eggs theory about who he kissed. And right here it says, "It was from that moment on that I started thinking she was special." And this is basically confirming that he did kiss the bride at the end of the Scrambled Eggs arc. So I'm going to read that real quick, this person's theory on Scrambled Eggs and who it was that he kissed, and we'll go from there. I'm going to say that they probably theorized Nino, so let's see. Alright, so in this theory, it looks like he's going to rule out each candidate on his own. And what I'm going to do at the end of this video is I'm going to include a link, I'll include a link to the subreddit itself, and the subreddit link to the theory crafting of this Quintessential Quintuplets. So another really good theory about who the bride might be through this kiss at the end of Scrambled Eggs. Once again, KJ93 knocked it out of the park. Really good theory. 10 out of 10. I loved it. So it kind of explains why each person could and couldn't be the kisser in this scene. And long story short, it says it could be Yotsuba if the author really wanted to surprise readers, but probably not. It says that Miku really couldn't be that forward at the time. Granted, in the second to last chapter, she was pretty forward. We'll get to that. It says that Itsuki isn't even sure of her feelings yet, so there's literally no reason for her to. Ichika, it says that she could try, and it's possible, and they do mention that she is injured. And when the bride tries to kiss him at the bell, they kind of either run into him, or it could look like she tripped. And with Ichika's sprain, her tripping and while trying to kiss him could be very evident of her being it. But they really confirm it as saying it's probably Nino, and kind of just saying that she would be the most forward. And they also say that each one of the quintuplets kind of reached a conclusion by the end of the arc, except for Nino. In this whole bottom paragraph here, you can go and read it here. I'm not going to read through the whole thing again. But then this one is also very interesting. Right after she confesses to him, this is the one that they were saying was very obvious and out there, so it could not be true, but it also has a very high chance of being true, is that after Nino confesses him, they walk into this restaurant at the same time, and there's a bell on the door that rings. Now that's something I also didn't catch, and it's really shows how crazy people get into this. But I think that's a really good theory there. And they knocked it out of the park with this one too. So they believe that Nina was the kisser at the end of the Scrambled Eggs arc. Alright, so I've gone through the best quintessential quintuplets theories on this subreddit now. Hope you guys have enjoyed me talking about these real quick. And before we go, I'm going to say my final thoughts. I said I didn't have any idea. I said I wasn't sure, and I wouldn't stake my heart on any of these theories. But all in all, I think it is going to be Nino. And all I can really say is that the newer chapters confirm my thoughts on it. It doesn't confirm anything. It doesn't confirm that it will be her. But it confirms my thoughts on what's happening. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I've been really trying to make a quintuplets video for so long now, but I couldn't think of anything. I'm not good at theory crafting, so I couldn't think of how to make up a theory video for who I might think the bride would be. I don't know. But it's my favorite series. I love it. I can't wait for Season 2 coming January 2020. And other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed. And if you have any of your own theories, post them in the comments or post them on the subreddit. And I will see you guys next time.